Team USA, everyone pitches in. Some of the finest arms in the world on display as Team USA gets ready for the Summer Olympics in Beijing. Tonight, the arms race continues. Which pitcher will emerge in the pack and go from great to world beater? It's the KFC Bound for Beijing Tour. Welcome to ASA Hall of Fame Stadium here in Oklahoma City. Tonight, another pit stop on the KFC Bound for Beijing Tour. Team USA, they may have their hands full as they take on the pesky Hokies of Virginia Tech. Thrilled to have you along for the ride alongside my partner, Michelle Smith. I am Eric Collins. And in 2004, Team USA, they absolutely dominated the Aiming for Athens Tour on their way to gold in the 2004 Olympic Games. Here in 2008, more of the same. The Bound for Beijing Tour has been a wild success. Do you see the same type of dominance for Team USA?
Well, Team USA is very strong offensively, lots of power, lots of speed. And in the circle, they have great arms from both sides.
Well, in 2004, one of the pitchers was Jenny Finch. Jenny Finch is still around here in 2008. What's the difference with her?
Well, I think Jenny's rise ball is much better this year. She's really been working on driving that pitch low through the zone and high through the zone. And she understands that throwing a good changeup is going to be important as well. I think the biggest thing that Jenny understands is that this quest for a fourth gold medal needs to start in the circle.
There's nothing but gold that this team will accept. Wearing this uniform means gold. Coming off 3 Olympics, 3 gold medals, that's what we're going for, is that 4th gold.
Both teams are ready. Let's play some softball. Let's take a look at the KFC starting lineup for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Jenna Rhodes, followed up by Erin Oda. Charisse Mariconda hits third at third base. Kelsey Hoffman, the longtime catcher. Jessica Everhart, Misty Hall. Caroline Stolle, Beth Walker, and the number 9 hitter is the right fielder, Whitney Davis. Now they're in good spirits. The Virginia Tech Hokies, they think they've got a chance, and this is the woman that they're going to get a look at. Go to number 27, Jenny Finch.
Well, Jenny Finch has been working on all of her pitches. She's really been trying to dominate with that rise ball, and she'll also come in with some changeups. That pitch, a drop, she's really been working on that. She wants to give a new look to a lot of these international teams that she will face in Beijing.
Here's Jenna Rhodes, junior from Broadway, Virginia, was raised on a chicken farm. One of the smarter Virginia Tech Hokies, 3.6 GPA. Trying to figure out Jenny Finch and what she brings to the table. Finch is 0-1, 0-2 now. Jenny Finch has been superb so far in this Bound for Beijing Tour. She is auditioning for one of the prominent spots in Mike Candrea's rotation. There's a bunch of top steppers there for Virginia Tech. They are into this game early. On 3 pitches, Jenna Rhodes is retired.
I think one of those pitches, Eric, was called a ball or an illegal pitch.
It was. You're right. We just got the signal. So the count is now 1-2. Jenna Rhodes catches a break. Doesn't do her much good. She sees an extra pitch and comes up empty. Strikeout number 1 for Jenny Finch. Let's take a look at the KFC defensive alignment for Team USA. It's Mendoza, Lowe, and Kretschmann out in the outfield. In the infield from third to first, it's Crystal Bustos, Natasha Watley, Lauren Lappin getting the nod at second, and Taraya Flowers is the first baseman. It's a battery of Stacy Newman catching Jenny Finch. That skips in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Erin Oda, the batter, junior from Irvine, California. Same hometown as the shortstop for the U.S. national team, Natasha Watley. Nothing in 2.
Jenny Finch reaching the mid-60s, 66-mile-an-hour screwball. outside corner.
All right, Jennie Finch has just thrown a legal pitch for the second time in 2 batters. What's she doing wrong? Have you noticed anything so far, Smitty?
Well, Jennie comes off the mound just a little bit with her front foot. It's good that they're calling this because in the Olympics, every U.S. pitcher will be under a microscope.
Ball is fouled first base side. It'll make it out of play.
So if you take a look right here, Jennie's stepping off the mound just a little bit, and that's what they're calling. They want to make sure that she is on the rubber when she starts and she doesn't take a little step off the rubber. The other thing is she has to have a 2-second pause.
Which umpire is calling that?
The 2-second pause will be called by the home plate umpire. When it comes to the feet, it will either be the first base or the third base umpire.
Count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Erin Oda. Finch looking for his second consecutive strikeout. Ball squibbed to third. Bustos fields and fires out number 2. Crystal Bustos, after being the designated player for the last couple of weeks, getting a chance to place at third base.
And the rules that are different between NC2A rules and the ISF are the 2-second pause that I just talked about. A 20-second pitch clock, which we will see in Beijing. 3 warm-up pitches in between innings, not 5. In college, you get 5 warm-up pitches. The fences are 220 feet all the way around. And the batter for Team USA internationally, you have to keep 1 foot in the box. If you leave the box with both feet, it is considered a strike against the batter.
1-0 pitch is a strike to Charisse Mariconda, junior from Hollywood, Florida. He has got some international experience, spending last summer on the Puerto Rican national team.
The Puerto Rican national team had an opportunity to try to qualify for the Olympics, but Venezuela beat them.
Off the glove of Finch, Bustos picks it up and fires a bullet to first. And that'll do it for the first inning of play. Good defense behind Jennie Finch. And the side is retired. Jennie delivers it. Has it knock off her glove, but Bustos, Johnny on the spot. It's a goose egg in the top of the first. Team USA going to the bat rack.
KFC Bound for Beijing Tour is brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. ASA Softball, the national governing body of softball. Play ASA. And by Dermabond, the proud partner of the U.S. Olympic team for softball.
Virginia Tech, they go down softly in their half of the first inning, and now Team USA will get their first cracks against Angela Tincher. Let's take a look at the KFC starting lineup for Team USA. Caitlin Lowe and Natasha Watley, the top 2. Jessica Mendoza hits third. Crystal Bustos, the cleanup hitter, followed by Kelly Kretschmann. Lisa Fernandez getting a chance to bat. Stacey Newman, Taraya Flowers hits 8th, and the number 9 hitter is the switch hitter, Lauren Lappin. And they're going to take on one of the finest pitchers in the college game today, Angela Tincher. She is dynamic in that circle.
Well, Tincher throws an amazing rise ball. She's going to need to make sure it jumps today. She will also come in with a drop, a curve, and a change. But her strongest pitch by far is her rise.
Caitlin Lowe getting a look at Angela Tincher. And Caitlin Lowe has seen Angela Tincher before. Angela has been part of this USA program for a while. She was in the tryout camp last year trying to get a spot on this Team USA roster. Didn't quite make it, but she did open up a lot of eyes.
Well, she's a very good pitcher and looking to move up the career strikeout list in the NC2A. In fact, she'll probably end her career number 3 behind who other than Monica Abbott and Kat Osterman. And when you look at strikeouts per 7 innings, she will end up right behind Kat Osterman and even ahead of Monica Abbott.
And that's what she's all about. She gets a strikeout to begin the game. Caitlin Lowe is retired. Let's take a look at the KFC defensive alignment for Virginia Tech. Stolle, Everhart, and Davis in the outfield. Mariconda is the third sacker. Misty Hall plays short. Oda is the second baseman. Walker at first. And a veteran battery of Hoffman, behind the plate catching Tincher. They're roommates, they know each other well, and calling every pitch. This is rare in college, is the catcher. Hoffman knows the game and knows Tincher. And she didn't even have to look into that dugout. She's able to call whatever she feels is going to work for Tincher.
And I think that's important because nobody has a better perspective on the batter and what the batter's doing than the catcher. When you have that angle from the dugout, it's very difficult to see what the batter's doing. Are they pulling out? Are they stepping in the bucket? Are they stepping toward first? All those things make a big difference.
Ball sails inside. Did it hit Natasha? No, it did not. Just glanced off the bat. So call it a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. There's Kat Osterman. She is the only person alive who can say that she averages more strikeouts per 7 innings than the woman in the circle, Angela Tincher. Kat averaged 14.3 strikeouts per 7 innings during her career at Texas. Tincher just a whisker below at 13.5 punch-outs per 7 innings.
It's an impressive record. Look at Kat Osterman already with 1 gold medal under her belt, looking to go to Beijing and try and earn a 2nd gold medal. And for Tincher to be named right up there with Kat Osterman is a true honor.
Natasha stays alive. There's a good look at Angela Tincher. Just 5 feet 7 inches tall. Not a classic build. She is from Eagle Rock, Virginia. It's close to Roanoke in Virginia. She is the 2-time ACC Pitcher of the Year.
Tincher throwing the ball very well, hitting 68 miles an hour. She has very good form, and because of her nature and her size, look at the way she has great extension. She's got wonderful hip angle. She keeps her hips at that 45 to 52 degree angle, so important.
And a fantastic start as she whiffs Natasha Watley. Let's take a look at your progressive keys to the game.
Well, it's going to be important for Team USA to be ready for the challenge against Tincher. They need to stay healthy. And for Virginia Tech, they need to work on hitting the corners. In other words, Tincher cannot put the ball over the plate. And against Jenny Finch, they cannot chase the ball. If Jenny's throwing that rise ball, don't chase it out of the zone. They need to make Jenny throw the pitch through the zone and try and put the bat head on the ball.
Jenny struck out 1 in the first inning, got a couple of ground ball outs. And I think she's probably interested in seeing how Tincher is doing. All eyes are in the circle right now as Tincher's got a chance to strike out the side. Softly hit to second base. Oda fields, fires, side retired. That is a rarity. Team USA going down in order. Angela Tincher making it happen. Team USA, they'll go back in defense when we come back. The KSC bound for Beijing tour making a stop here in the capital city of Oklahoma. We played an inning and we're scoreless. The Virginia Tech Hokies against Team USA. Time now for tonight's strong bonding moment with Dermabond.
Sort of one of the ways that we bring the team together is we pull pranks. And so one of the pranks we did was we stuck a piece of raw fish in one of the other vans. And so we were in Canada and it was pretty warm. And the weather kind of got a little hot and they started to smell the smell of fish. And it definitely made an impact on their van. So, you know, they obviously got us back by putting vinegar and sparkles all over our jerseys the next time we played a game. But those are some of the ways that we sort of bond together as a team is by, you know, playing jokes with each other, for sure.
And I think you have to play games and jokes on each other just to stay sane. You guys are connected at the hip for months at a time on these tours getting ready for the Olympics.
It's very important for the attitude of the team to stay healthy, to stay light. Can very easily get a little bit dark, a little bit heavy with all the pressure the team has on them constantly day in and day out training. So a lot of laughs, a lot of smiles, very important.
All right, here, starting up the second inning, Kelsey Hoffman will bat. Talked about her defensive prowess. Now she's going to try and help her team with a bat in her hands against Jenny Finch. Pitch sails inside. 1-1. Scheduled hitters here in the second inning. Hoffman, Everhart, and the shortstop, Misty Hall. This ball is blooped into right field. It's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Hoffman on her way to second. A leadoff double. How about that? What a thrill for Kelsey Hoffman.
Big smile on Kelsey Hoffman's face. I'd be smiling too if I hit a double off of Jenny Finch. Look at the way Kelsey stays back. It's a pitch. It's a little bit high in the zone, and I think that's why Kelsey gets her hands extended and drives that ball the opposite way. She gets it past Caitlin Lowe, legs it out for a double.
And now an opportunity for some history for Virginia Tech. That's actually the first time they've ever gotten a hit against Team USA. They played Team USA in 2004 on the Aiming for Athens tour, and they were no hit. It was a 5-inning game. They didn't get any hits at all. So that's their first knock ever against USA softball. As we're going to have a pinch runner on at second base and give Hoffman a chance to catch her breath for just a little bit. This is going to be Anna Zitt pinch running at second base.
All right, ladies. Thank you.
And Bustos, Mike. She's up close.
She comes up close to take the sign. She steps back just a couple feet. It's so important at the corners to read the hands.
Everhart is the batter. The center fielder takes a strike underneath the hands. No balls and a strike. Everhart Jr. from Purcellville, Virginia. Infield is in, trying to take away the bunt.
Bustos way up the line. So is Tarai Flowers.
If they get the bunt down, it's third base side. Will Natasha Watley have enough time to get over to third and cover the bag? That's, I guess, the question. You got to win that race.
Natasha Watley's very quick. She'll win that race.
And they do try and bunt it, and it's fouled back to the screen. The count is now 0-2. Team USA, they rarely give up runs. They've only given up runs to one team so far. That was against Cal State Fullerton. So Jenny Finch in a rare moment with runners in scoring position.
And you know, Eric, that's a good thing for Team USA. You want them to be stressed. They can't go through this tour and beat every team 10-15-0 and expect to be prepared for Beijing. They want to be in the hot spot. Jenny again getting called for an illegal pitch, which will move the runner up 60 feet.
Oh, that's a big advantage now. So a runner on at third, nobody out. Another illegal pitch, and that'll score the run.
That's correct.
And that's just what the doctor ordered. Finch gets the strikeout of Everhart.
And that is an impressive strikeout. Jenny Finch under pressure. Look at this pitch, rise ball. She starts it up in the zone and it just continues up. That is a clutch pitch in a big situation.
So one down. Mike Canton-Gray looks on. This is the shortstop, Misty Hall. And Hall takes a 66-mile-an-hour steamer for strike one. Hall began her career playing at Lewisburg College. Sophomore from Dayton, Virginia. They're taking big rips.
They're taking very big rips, and I think that if you're Virginia Tech in this at bat, in this instance, you have to know that Jenny's best pitch right now has been a rise ball. She's thrown a couple drop balls in the dirt with the runner on third. You'd think she might want to go down, keep the ball low. She's going up. I would lay off anything high, have an opportunity to have Jenny bring the ball low so I could maybe get into the ball.
There is that rise ball, and Misty Hall is retired. 1, 2, 3. 3 straight pitches blown past the shortstop, and now there's 2 outs.
Well, Jenny's just getting underneath her rise so well lately. Look at the spin. You can see how tight that ball is spinning from low to high. She lowers her release point, makes that pitch move from low to high. Outstanding rise ball from Jenny Finch.
Caroline Stolle is the batter. Last chance for the Hokies. She fouls it back to the screen. In case Jenny Finch is trying to play some mind games on Stolle, it's not going to work. She's got a 3.2 GPA in psychology. Stolle against Finch, runner on at third. Ball is looped into left field. It's going to get down. It'll score a run. And Virginia Tech is on the board. That's the first time that Virginia Tech has scored a run against Team USA. They've now played 7 innings against Mike Candrea's team dating back to 2004.
Well, Jenny makes a good pitch here. It's just a little bit too low for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jessica Mendoza lays out for it, but that ball hits the green. I think Jenny needs to get away. Sometimes we want to strike out batters. We get too close to the zone. 1 ball, 2 count, 2 strikes. You have to be able to put that ball out of the zone.
The third hit of the inning against Jenny Finch. Beth Walker, a solid single to left. And I'm just throwing it out here, but Angela Tincher is awfully good. If for some reason she can keep it on, this might be a very difficult evening for Jenny Finch, Stacy Newman, and the rest of Team USA.
Well, it's good for Team USA to be challenged right here. We'll take a look at this pitch again. It is up in the zone, but not up as high as it should be. In fact, Stacy Newman thinks that ball's popped up behind her and it's just looped into the outfield. So the batters are getting jammed up, but I think Jenny needs to move that pitch up just a little bit higher. Keep that ball out of the zone a little bit more. Now, getting back to your point, Eric, it's very early in the game, and Tincher is going to have to be great through 7 innings against the most powerful offense in the entire world.
But she was pretty darn good in the first inning with 2 strikeouts.
Yes, she
and
was.
A soft ground ball. Number 9 hitter, Whitney Davis, comes up empty, a ball and a strike.
One ball, 1 strike.
Davis, a sophomore right fielder against Jenny Finch, former All-American at University of Arizona. Took something off it. That registered at just 49 miles per hour.
Well, Jenny has a good changeup. She needs to use that often. Will make her rise ball look that much better, as well as her screwball and her curveball.
Any nerves in that dugout? I know it's really early, but are there any nerves in the dugout right now? They're trailing. It doesn't happen.
Well, you know, there should be nerves every game, and sometimes on a tour like this, it can be difficult when you're outscoring your opponents by 10, sometimes 15 runs a game. But it's good for the team to feel those nerves. It's good for the team to be put under pressure, to have to make plays with runners in scoring position, to have to make the pitch, and have to get the timely hit against a very good pitcher.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Off Newman's mask. Davis stays alive. This is foreign territory for Jenny Finch and Team USA. This is the first time this entire tour that they have trailed an opposing team.
2 strikes.
Again, something that they will have to deal with. They don't want to be in this position, but when they're in this position, how will they react?
And Davis can't hold up. She goes too far, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the inning for Jenny Finch. But damage done. 3 base hits by Virginia Tech. The most critical one, Caroline Stolle, driving in the pinch runner. And we move to the 2nd inning. The Hokies with a surprising 1-0 lead. A beautiful night for softball here in Oklahoma City, and a beautiful start for the Virginia Tech Hokies as they lead Team USA by a score of 1-0 as we play the bottom of the 2nd inning. We've had history this evening as Team USA, they're trailing for the first time in this Bound for Beijing tour. Let's take a look at the upcoming TV schedule on this KFC Bound for Beijing tour. May 7th, a game against the DePaul Blue Demons. May 13th against Michigan, a game against the Lady Vols of Tennessee, a game against the NPF All-Stars, that's a pro league, and a game against the Bloomington Lady Hearts, one of the specific teams in the NPF. That's all coming up, all those games on ESPN2.
Ball.
Angela Tincher in the circle. She misses inside against the dangerous Crystal Bustos. Schedule 3 here in the 2nd inning. Bustos, Kretschmann, and Lisa Fernandez.
Ball. 2-1.
Bustos with the most power of any player in the world. You're not going to find an argument when you make a statement like that. He is just enormously strong.
And Eric, she's strong, but she has very quick hands. She also runs very well. She plays defense very good. She's a complete ball player. And because of her size, because she is so strong, you would look at her and think, well, maybe she doesn't run that well, but she can get down the line very quickly.
She was the shortstop in 2000 when Team USA won the gold medal. Those games being played in Sydney. In 2004, she moved over about 25 feet and was the third baseman. So far in this tour, we've seen a lot of her as the DP, but she also still plays third base from time to time. She's hit the hot corner today. Ball hit well, it's foul. We talked about Angela Tincher and her rise ball. What else does she feature?
She'll throw a drop ball, she throws a curve ball, but that rise ball is really her go-to pitch. That's the one that she accumulates so many strikeouts on.
Off the thumps. Little sinking line drive caught by the second baseman, Oda. That was not a pleasant experience for Crystal Bustos.
Well, you can tell that probably wrung her hands just a little bit. That ball got in on her just enough. You can see the way that this ball's coming up and in. In fact, it might have almost hit Crystal had she not swung at it.
So 4 up and 4 down. Angela Tincher. Oh, so far so good. Kelly Kretschmann is the batter, and she takes outside. Ball 1. Kretschmann has been a part of this national team program for a while now. Was an alternate in 2000, won a gold medal in 2004. She still holds virtually every offensive record, both for the Alabama Crimson Tide and also in the SEC. She's one of the all-time greats in that neck of the woods. Oh. 3 balls and no strikes. Kelly Kretschmann taking all the way on 3-0, or does she have the green light?
I think she's taking.
Ball. On 4 pitches, she draws the walk. That's the first base runner allowed by Angela Tincher. What is Team USA looking at right here in Tincher? Does she remind you of anyone who they may face in the international scene?
Boy, that's a great question. She throws the ball with decent velocity. Ueno throws the ball very hard for Japan, but Ueno does not have the rise ball that Tincher's throwing right here. I would say she almost looks a little bit like a left-handed, or excuse me, a right-handed Lauren Bay.
Softly hit, Tincher fields, underhand to first, 2 down, but going over to second goes Kretschmann. All right, we're going to get back to that in a moment. But this is some history right here. Stacey Newman, if she remembers this, 4 years ago, she has faced Tincher before and not enjoyed the experience. This was on the Aiming for Athens tour. Then an 18-year-old Angela Tincher striking out Newman on 3 pitches, and I love that reaction, as if to say, what did I just do? She pitched 1 inning against Team USA in 2004 as an 18-year-old, and she struck out 2 batters for Team USA. She struck out Nuvi, and she struck out Taraya Flowers.
And she's going to face both of them in order in this game.
All right, Stacey Newman has now seen 5 pitches in her life from Angela Tincher, and she hasn't made contact on anyone. She's got 5 strikes poured past her so far. And again, on 3 pitches, Tincher gets it done. Stacey Newman has struck out on 3 pitches twice in her life against Angela Tincher. That's doing something. One of the all-time great hitters in international softball does not like this Tincher experience at all. Let's go to the 3rd. The Hokies on top by 1. Welcome back, everyone, to Oklahoma City. This is the KFC Bound for Beijing tour. The Virginia Tech Hokies, the first lead this entire tour against Team USA. They lead 1-0 as we play the 3rd. Well, if you'd like to get caught up with what's going on with Team USA, if you want more information about what is it like for Jenny Finch to play for Mike Candrea, what is it like for Crystal Bustos to get ready for her 3rd Olympics, well, you can get more information by visiting Team USA's website at usasoftball.com. Lauren Lappin playing second base behind Jenny Finch here in the third inning. Looks like Team USA is still loose, even though they're trailing by a run.
Well, this team is very confident, and they should be. It's actually, I think, a good situation for them to be down, to be challenged, to be stressed a little bit, because Beijing is not going to be a cakewalk.
Here in the third inning, it'll be the top third of the lineup for Virginia Tech. Jenna Rhodes, Erin Ota, and Charisse Mariconda. Jenny Finch struck out Rhodes back in the first inning. She has 4 strikeouts already, but she gave up that run in the second. It was an earned run, too. 3 base hits. Ball is flared down the third base line, and it's perfectly placed in no man's land, an infield single for Jenna Rhodes. That's now 4 base hits allowed by Jenny Finch.
Well, Jenna Rhodes runs very well. In fact, it's almost like she's emulating Natasha Watley, who she hits the ball in front of. Natasha plays this ball very well. She gets it before it goes foul, and potentially could have been a double for Rhodes.
There goes the runner out of second. Newby throws it down, and in time. A great scoop by Watley, and she makes the sweeping tag. Scott Thomas, the head coach for Virginia Tech, getting aggressive with his base runner. This time it doesn't pay off.
Well, Stacy Newman throws so well. Look at the way she doesn't take a step. She just rotates. Natasha Watley does an outstanding job of scooping this ball. Look at the throw. It's a little bit low, but look at the way Natasha gets her knee down. The knee down right here is so very important for Natasha to make sure she catches that ball and can apply the tag to Rhodes.
I like this. Scott Thomas is going out there and making sure that both umpires are in agreement of what the call was. He's already got a 1-0 lead, but he's pressing the issue. Why not? Maybe Team USA will throw it into center field. More often than not, Stacy Newman's not going to.
Now, Stacy Newman is defensively one of the best catchers behind the plate for Team USA.
Erin Ota is the batter now. Now 3 balls and no strikes.
3 balls, no strikes.
They're excited to be here.
They're having a great time.
I have not seen anyone in that Virginia Tech dugout that just doesn't look like this is the most important thing going on in their lives. There's a strike on 3-1.
Well, the key for all of these college teams that Team USA is coming up against is really enjoy the moment. Get out there, play with your heroes, try to emulate them, try to run with them. Virginia Tech is doing that.
And we got 1. Hey, you best pitch right here, Jenny.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Erin Ota trying to get on base any way possible. And she hits it to the right side. Lappin over to first. 2 down. .39 pitches for Jenny Finch so far as we play the top half of the third inning.
A little bit of a high pitch count for Jenny. She's been stressed a little bit. That second inning, she had to throw quite a few pitches.
Charisse Mariconda is now the batter. When are we going to start to see these pitches go a little bit longer? We've basically seen it 3 and done for Team USA. When are they going to start to go 4, maybe 5, and possibly even complete games on this tour?
I think as we get towards summer, end of May, June, I think we'll start to see the number of innings that they throw will increase. Because in Athens, I don't believe that Coach Kendrea will only have his pitchers go 2 or 3 innings, because then every game he's using up 2 arms, and he's not going to want to do that. He's going to want to try to rest them as much as possible.
Mariconda fouls it up, and what a play. Stacy Newman, a bit of everything here in the third inning. We saw Newby throw the bullet down to second to cut the runner down trying to steal, And now, spry like a cat, she gets out of her stance and comes up with the circus catch in front of the dugout. So, we have played 2.5. To the bottom of the third we go. The Hokies on top of Team USA. Three-time Olympic gold medalist Lisa Fernandez looking on as Team USA trailing for the first time on this KFC Bound for Beijing tour. Mike Candrea says he wants his team to be stressed, but I don't think he wants his team to run the risk of losing a game against a college team. But right now they're trailing Angela Tincher and Virginia Tech 1-0.
Well, I think he's probably not real happy with the way the game is going. He views these innings a lot of times as a game in itself. So I'm sure he views that he lost the second inning. He lost that game of the second inning. He's not going to be real happy about that no matter what the outcome of this game. Now, I do think that there is a part of him that is glad the team's being stressed a little bit right now because he wants to see how the team reacts to pressure situations. He wants to see who's going to get in that box, who's going to have the fire in their eyes and say, you know what, I want to be the first one to get a hit for Team USA. I want to be the one to drive in the run. That fire is going to be very important for these athletes to have.
Tincher misses outside, working against Taraya Flowers. Taraya Flowers faced an 18-year-old Angela Tincher 4 years ago in the Aiming for Athens tour and came up empty. She struck out against Tincher. This time she puts it in play. Pop up on the infield, calling for it and making the catch is the first baseman, Beth Walker. Denny Finch giving up an earned run in the second inning on 3 base hits. And subsequently, Team USA trailing 1-0 as Lauren Lappin grabs the bat. Tincher smarter than most. He's named ESPN, the magazine, Academic All-American. 3.84 GPA.
Tincher is a very good pitcher. She does not fight herself. Her form is flawless. The way her hip angle is just perfect. We talk a lot about when we're educating pitchers that their hips need to be at that 45 to 52 degree angle. And what that does is that allows the pitching arm to come through the release phase with the most amount of velocity. If your hip is too early, it's going to slow you down and you're going to push the ball.
Lappin laces it foul. Smitty, it's hard to believe, but she was not highly recruited. With form like this that we're about to see, she was not on most people's radar coming out of high school.
Well, you can see the way that she has such great spin on the ball, and she really gets that pitch to move up. And you're right, Eric, she was not on the radar screen, but she has certainly developed into an outstanding pitcher.
Pulls the string on that one. Great changeup, and Lappin is strikeout number 4 for Tincher.
And as Tincher comes through, she's going to come through with her hip, and then she's going to flip this ball out as a changeup. Look at the way she's going to be explosive. She's going to sell the pitch, and then she flips it up. At the very end, she flips that pitch up, and you can just see that Lappin is fooled by the change of speeds.
Caitlin Lowe struck out against her first time up. Fouls it back to the screen.
And Eric, you talk about the fact that she wasn't really on a lot of the radar screens of the big Division I colleges, the top 20 teams. She's obviously made a name for herself in college, but also last summer at the Olympic camp, she was on the cusp of making this very Olympic team.
And she's come a long way from being just really unnoticed in high school, almost making the national team as a college senior. And a strikeout for the second time today. Caitlin Lowe is retired, and Mike Candrea's bunch, they sent up 10 batters to the plate against Tincher. She's only allowed 1 base runner. That a 1-out walk to Kelly Crutchman in the second inning. She has now struck out 5 in 3 innings of work.
Well, Tincher just throwing the ball all over the place. It's a it's a rise ball that starts out, curves back over the plate. Take a look at it from the side. Tincher, the way she look at the way she pops that ball out at her hip. explosive off the mound. Caitlin Lowe can do nothing but watch.
Joining us now is the 13th year head coach for Virginia Tech, Scott Thomas. And Scott, thank you so much for stopping by. Doesn't look like your team is intimidated at all right now against Team USA.
We're just trying to have some fun out there. It's it's a great environment, great opportunity for us, and girls just relax, going out there and playing hard.
Well, Coach, Angela's doing an amazing job out on the mound. Tell me a little bit about her rise ball. Do you work with her? What does she focus on?
Well, Tiffany McVeigh does our pitching as far as our pitch coach goes, and it's one of her best pitches, but I tell you, she's also shown her drop balls just as devastating. She just has a lot of pitches and works the zone up and down as well as anybody I've seen, and it's working right now. That changeup got lapping a while ago too, so she's doing a great job.
Well, she just has amazing spin. Is there anything that she does in particular to really work on her spin?
Well, she uses those spinners, all about the little tools and stuff, and she's just mechanically just kind of a freak of nature, I think. She's one of those type of athletes who can just kind of take the mental part of it and distribute it into the body and make things happen, and she's pretty amazing.
Coach, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Scott Thomas knows that he has got just an electric right arm. And Angela Tincher, and when you've got someone like Angela Tincher, you can do a lot of damage in the world of college softball.
Well, look at the way she's running, just right along with Jenny Finch, one of the best pitchers in the world. She's got more strikeouts, and obviously she's given up less hits.
So we move to the 4th inning now. Catcher for Virginia Tech, Kelsey Hoffman, grabs a bat. She started off that scoring rally in the 2nd inning by doubling into the gap in right center field. And what's this all about, Smitty?
Well, I saw that Tincher, when she threw one of the pitches earlier in the game, it looked like she might have had a blister or a cut on her finger. I could tell with the way that ball came off that she grimaced a little bit. So she's probably getting a little bit of second skin put on her finger to make sure that that blister or that cut doesn't develop into anything bigger.
Hoffman, Everhart, and Hall, the scheduled 3 here in the 4th. Softly hit, right side, foul territory. Flowers makes the catch.
Jenny working on still exploding off the mound. She's using that rise ball a lot. Hoffman just underneath that pitch.
Center fielder Jessica Everhart is the batter. Down in the count, 0-1. She struck out against Finch in the 2nd inning. One of 4 strikeouts for Jenny. Foul, third base side. Story so far today has been that woman right there. Angela Tincher has faced 10 Team USA batters and retired 9 of them.
She's just got to be thrilled with the way her ball's moving tonight, with the type of velocity she's throwing.
Everhart strikes out number 2.
Jenny's working on her curve ball against Everhart. Look at the way she pulls back across her body. You can see this pitch just moved. The way Stacy Newsman goes after, catches that ball. Nice curve ball.
2 down, bases clear. The shortstop, Misty Hall, is the batter. I'm going to test your memory, Smitty. You played on 2 of these tours before the '96 Olympics and before the 2000 Olympics. Do you remember many close calls when you took on college teams and professional all-star teams?
No, not really, because on the '96 tour and the 2000 tour, we played at 40 feet. So there were a couple of close calls when we played against the professional league. But in college, we didn't really scrimmage many college teams because college is at 43 feet. We were at 40 feet.
We're talking about the rubber. The
Yes,
rubber being 43 feet away from home plate as opposed to 40.
Exactly, the pitching distance. But at 40 feet, almost every game is close. Every game is a 1-0, a 2-1 type of a game. It's just more of a pitcher's duel. It's much harder to hit. So that in itself made every game a lot closer.
Finch looking for strikeout number 6.
Ball.
66 miles an hour, a little bit outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, that'll do it. Jenny strikes out 2 of the 3 batters she faces here in the 4th. Let's go to the home half of the 4th inning. Team USA looking for their first base hit. Virginia Tech Hokies not following the script. They're leading Team USA 1-0 as we play the home half of the 4th inning on the KFC Bound for Beijing tour. Now it's time for Around the Plate with KFC.
It is an incredible feeling wearing the red, white, and blue with USA across our chest, representing all the young girls playing softball around the country and around the world. In fact, my family and my hometown, and just getting to play the sport we love in these colors is just such an honor and so much fun.
Right now, Team USA not having much fun. Mike Andrea's bunch looking for their first scratch. And we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Angela Tincher has been electric. It'll be Natasha Watley leading things off, and Natasha fouls it back to the screen. This could be a crucial inning for Team USA. This is the 2nd goal round for the lineup against Tincher. They've seen her. They know what they're going to get. Now they've got to capitalize on that.
Well, and Tincher, you're looking at her pitch count right there. She's only thrown 11 balls through the 3 innings. So you know that she's going to be putting the ball over the plate. The key is now you need to look for a particular pitch. As head coach Scott talked about, she's been throwing a good rise ball, but she's also been moving the ball down. So the U.S. team, the U.S. batters right now need to decide what pitch am I going to go after? What pitch am I going to look for and attack?
Natasha struck out back in the 1st inning. Now she's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Former Honda Broderick Award winner from UCLA. Working against the 2-time ACC Pitcher of the Year, Angela Tincher.
Eric, when we talk about pitch counts for pitchers, in a typical college game, you're going to look for a pitcher of Angela's caliber. You're going to look for her to throw somewhere between 85 and 95 pitches per game.
Swing and a miss. That's doing something. The top 2 batters in the game, Caitlin Lowe and Natasha Watley, have both struck out twice against Angela Tincher.
Well, Tincher decides to come down in the zone. This time it's a drop ball. Look at the way it just moves down. And Natasha trying to slap that ball. And you can see Tincher right there, her finger.
Good strike to Jessica Mendoza.
Just going to need to make sure that blister does not open up on her hand.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, they have a quality all-around team, but how far they go this year in terms of ACC play and as far as they go and in terms of the Women's College World Series, should they get there, it all depends on number 1. They cannot afford to let her have an injury.
It all depends on who is in the circle right there tonight.
Swing and a miss at a pitch down in the dirt.
And that's an off-speed pitch. You can see this U.S. team starting to guess a little bit. Instead of trying to read the ball off the pitcher's hip, track it, and then attack it.
Ball. In case you're just joining us and wondering about this Angela Tincher, she's no secret to Team USA. She spent a week with the team last year trying out for the club and almost made the squad. She had a chance to be the only collegian on this year's team, just barely missed it in the final cuts. So they know how special she can be. The first, Walker grabs it and steps on the bag. One of the great things about the game of fast pitch softball is you get a hot pitcher, and she can carry you a long way.
Very long way. Angela Tincher is exactly that type of pitcher. And we see that, Eric, she's that type of pitcher for a college program, but she's also that type of pitcher against the best team in the world. Look what she's done so far through 3 2/3 innings.
Crystal Bustos comes up empty. Ball and a strike. And Bustos scoops it foul. She's set up at 1-2. Bustos already with a fantastic international career. Has been part of 2 gold medal winning teams for Team USA. As the shortstop in 2000, as the third baseman in 2004, but she strikes out on 4 pitches. Tincher now with 7 strikeouts through 4 innings.
Okay.
We're going to take a break. Angela Tincher enjoying things so far. She's got a no-hitter through 4 innings. The KFC Bound for Beijing tour takes us to Oklahoma City. The Virginia Tech Hokies, led by Angela Tincher, have a 1-0 lead over Team USA. Jenny Finch, her evening is done. She goes 4 innings, allows just 1 run. And now she gives way to Monica Abbott. Abbott with a flawless record in international play so far in her career. An ERA just over a half run a game. And a 7-0 one-loss record. It'll be a whole new battery for Team USA. Monica Abbott throwing to Jenny Topping behind the plate. The only run of the game was scored back in the 2nd inning. Inning began with a double by Kelsey Hoffman. Hoffman eventually moved over to 3rd, and with 2 outs, Hoffman was able to score on a single by that woman, Caroline Stalling. Wasn't hit particularly hard, but it was hit in the perfect spot.
It was a ball that was hit that had eyes. It loops just in front of Jessica Mendoza. And that's all you need to score a run, especially when that runner's sitting at 3rd base.
So we're ready to go. Inning number 5. Team USA trying to stem the tide and keep Virginia Tech down. As Virginia Tech has a 1-0 lead. This is the first time on this KFC Bound for Beijing tour that Team USA has trailed.
Here we go, Red.
Talk about Jenny Finch's performance today. How would you evaluate how she pitched?
I thought her rise ball worked well. A couple of situations she threw the ball a little bit too close to the zone when she didn't need to. I think another thing that hurt her, she was called for a couple of illegal pitches with runners on base. That gives them an extra 60 feet, and then you get a bloop hit and a run ends up scoring. So that's why this team needs to be pressured, because in the Olympics, if you're doing anything wrong, believe me, the international umpires are going to be looking at our team with a fine-tooth comb and a microscope.
Stolly takes a cut and misses 70 miles per hour on that pitch from Monica Abbott. Is it fair to say she's the hardest thrower on this year's staff?
Hardest thrower on this year's staff. Hardest thrower in the world, alongside with Ueno, Yukiko Ueno from Japan.
Ball and 2 strikes. Caroline Stolly, the batter. Monica Abbott, of course, the career she had playing for the Weeklies down in Knoxville, Tennessee. 4 years as a Lady Vol, was almost unmatched. She is the NCAA all-time leader in so many categories. Wins with 189. Strikeouts with over 2,400 Ks. Shutouts. Innings pitched. She was dynamic.
And there's the side view of Monica Abbott. You can see the way she explodes off that pitching rubber. So important for these U.S. pitchers to get used to keeping both those feet on the rubber as they slide. And when I'm talking about a slide, Monica Abbott being a left-handed pitcher, her left foot will start off to the side of the rubber, still touching the rubber, and as she comes forward, she will slide to the middle, but she needs to keep that foot in contact with the rubber.
What's been the focus that you've noticed for Monica Abbott so far in this year's Bound for Beijing tour? What's she working on to try and get even better than she was as a collegiate? Ground ball, third base side. On 2 hops, Bustos throws out Stolly.
I think the biggest thing that Monica needs to work on is just getting pitches in the circle, gaining experience, but then also being put in a pressure situation, working on her feet, making sure that she's legal, she's not going to be called for illegal pitches, and making sure that she also paints the corners. In international play, you cannot get away with putting the ball on the white part of the plate.
There's a good pitch, catches the black. Strike one to Beth Walker, the first baseman from Galax, Virginia. Walker, one of the 4 base hits given up by Jenny Finch. They appeal down to first base. No swing.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, we talk a lot about Tincher and how well she's doing for Virginia Tech, but this Virginia Tech offense is hanging in there with some of the best pitchers in the world.
They're getting some good swings, and that's going to result in another base runner. Lappin leaves her feet. It would have been a tough play, even if she came up with it. And Walker safe at first. They're going to rule it a base hit, so Beth Walker a perfect 2 for 2 today.
Well, the pitch, you can see the way it's going to come back over the plate. That's what we talked about. We need to keep that ball on the black. And because the pitch comes back over the plate, Walker's able to drive it up the middle and get it past Lauren Lappin.
6 for 4.
Virginia Tech now with 5 base hits as a team. Scott Thomas's team has not made an error. And of course, Angela Tincher is pitching sensationally, not giving up a base hit through 4 innings and striking out 7. We're going to have a pinch hitter. This is going to be a swing and a miss. This is Alicia Field pinch hitting. Alicia Field, a freshman from Manassas, Virginia.
2 strikes.
What a tough situation. 18-year-old freshman. Hey, go out there and pinch hit against Monica Abbott. The 0-2. Good battle, but Field strikes out on 3 pitches. So Monica picks up her first strikeout, and now we'll go to the top of the lineup. Jenna Rhodes is the batter, trying to keep the inning alive. Junior from Broadway, Virginia. Already 1 base hit so far today. Tried to steal second base in the 3rd, but was thrown out. What's your thinking about how Monica Abbott may be used in this year's Summer Olympics in Beijing?
I think the Coach Candrea, the U.S. Coaching staff, will probably use Abbott against China, against some of the Asian teams who have quite a few left-handed batters. That lefty-lefty matchup, you've got to love it. And I also think, look at that pitch, I also think she'll be used in maybe some closing type situations. So if, say, Jenny or Kat or whomever's on the mound has gone 5-6 innings and maybe he's losing a little bit of velocity, he might put Monica Abbott in the 7th inning, close out the game with that great velocity.
Abbott looking for back-to-back strikeouts. I remember in years past, sometimes Coach Candrea was wary about using Abbott against teams like Japan because they like to play small ball. Has she figured that out? Is she a better fielder?
She's a better fielder. She's been working on that all the time. The other thing that Monica has really worked on the last couple years is that she's more controlled. She used to be effectively wild. Against the Asian teams, you have to be careful. They have a lot of speed. If you throw the ball around, they're going to score off you.
Monica Abbott allows a 1-out base hit to Beth Walker, but then strikes out Field and Rose. So, no runs, a hit, 1 runner left on. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Team USA's in trouble. Welcome back, everyone, to Oklahoma City. Virginia Tech on top of Team USA as we play the bottom of the 5th inning. Joining us now is today's starting pitcher, Jenny Finch. Jenny, you go 4 innings of work. You give up just 1 run. You struck out 6. But in that 2nd inning, there was an illegal pitch called. What were you told happened in that situation?
My front foot just stepping forward.
Is that something that you've been working on, or has that been called frequently?
At times, you know, I just need to work on it and I need to get better.
Jenny, tell me a little bit about your rise ball. I thought it moved very well today. A couple of pitches I'm sure you wish you could have back, but tell me what you're thinking about with 2 strikes when you're throwing your rise.
You know, getting it out of the zone, I think just what happened today was I was too predictable. And once I started mixing my other pitches in, then I was effective, and that's what I need to do earlier in the game.
Well, Jenny, you have an outstanding changeup, and I think that that's the key, is to use that changeup a little more with that explosive rise ball, and boy, lights out. You're going to do great.
Thanks, man.
All right, Jenny, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Jenny Finch joining us as we play the 5th inning. Team USA back to the bat rack they go, trying to get some runs against Angela Tincher, who has been fantastic so far for Virginia Tech.
Well, you know, Eric, Jenny Finch is definitely one of the best pitchers in the world. I'm sure she's disappointed that she gave up a run tonight. No matter what the score of the game is, I'm sure that she never wants to give up a run. All of us pitchers are very competitive. But you learn when you're stressed. You learn when you go through obstacles, and you know, you always want to be challenged. So I guarantee you that Jenny probably will learn a lot more from this game than a game where she goes out and strikes out 9 out of 9 batters.
And with the exception of that 2nd inning, she was as she normally is. She allowed just 1 other base runner besides that fateful 2nd inning when she gave up 3 base hits and the earned run. Kelly Kretschmann is retired on a ground ball to right field, and we have some defensive substitutions coming into the game. New shortstop for Virginia Tech. The new shortstop is Hodge. That's Jess Hodge. Out in left field is the woman who we saw come in and pinch hit, Anna Zitt. She pinch ran back in the 2nd inning, and the new right fielder is Heather Lowry. So this is still just an exhibition game, and Virginia Tech, even though they have a 1-run lead, they're letting everyone play.
And you know, that's important. They're on the field with their heroes, and it's an opportunity for Virginia Tech to hang in there. The Yankees played Virginia Tech earlier in the year, and now here the women's softball team is getting to play against basically the Yankees of softball.
Softly hit. It's going to be a tough play for Tincher. She fields and fires. 2 down in the 5th inning. Team USA, they only have 7 more outs to play with. They trail Tincher and Virginia Tech by 1. Team USA, the last time they lost, it was in the Japan Cup back in November. This is historic.
Against Japan, exactly.
And that's that's an international team that's got a big-time pedigree. This is against the college team that didn't even make it to the Women's College World Series last year. But they do have that one dominant pitcher, and that makes all the difference in the world.
It sure does. And you know, you look at what Virginia Tech is doing here today, and you're impressed with Angela in the circle. You're impressed with the at-bats they've had against both Jenny Finch and Monica Abbott. And you have to wonder if playing a game like this, no matter what the outcome is, does it help propel this team to a possible World Series appearance in the end of May?
2 strikes.
Jenny Topping batting for the first time. She came on defensively, replacing Stacy Newman last half inning. She hits this one in the air, foul, 3rd base side. So she's set up at a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, the Olympics are still months away, and Mike Candrea, he wants his team to be challenged. This is a teaching lesson. No matter what happens, this is something that they're going to build on. Tincher strikes out Topping. That is now 8 strikeouts for Tincher. It's getting late early here in Oklahoma City. Angela Tincher and Virginia Tech up 1-0 as we go to the 6th. Virginia Tech feeling good about themselves. They lead through 5 innings against the greatest softball team in the world, Team USA. It's a 1-0 lead for the Hokies. Let's take a look at our big stick of the game, brought to you by Lumber Liquidators. This is in the 2nd inning. With a runner on at 3rd, Caroline Stolle, a little looper that fell in left field. And the only run of the game scoring on that base hit. They're still enjoying it in that first base dugout. Why not? You're playing Team USA. You've got a lead. All you need is 6 more outs. And this would be arguably the biggest upset in the history of USA softball.
Yeah, you see all the smiles coming out of Virginia Tech's dugout, and then you look at Team USA and you can see the stress. You can see the burden, I think is a good word, on their shoulders.
Erin Oda is the batter. She comes up empty. It'll be Oda, Mariconda, and Hoffman, the scheduled 3 against Monica Abbott. Abbott came on in the top of the 5th inning in relief of Jenny Finch, who threw 4 innings, giving up 4 hits and 1 earned run. She did strike out 6. Abbott's 0-2. Hit sharply, and Natasha Watley has it eat her up. Tough chance. Let's see how they score. That's going to be a tough play for Natasha in the hole with the backhand. They're going to call it an infield base hit.
Yeah, this ball is just hit hard. It's a curveball, goes the opposite way, and because of Natasha's positioning, she has to try to backhand that ball. Just eats her up a little bit. Oda, with wheels, gets down the baseline very quickly.
And we've become so jaded. We've seen Natasha Watley make that play so frequently. We think it's probably easier than it really is. Very difficult play, and leadoff batter on. Last time, Virginia Tech led off an inning with a base hit. Jenna Rhodes was cut down trying to steal second. Let's see if Oda is running this time around. 2-0 the count on Charisse Mariconda. What's Mariconda thinking right here? Nobody out, run on it first.
Well, she wants to try to hit the ball, if possible, to the right side. Try to advance the runner 60 feet. You know, a lot of times against Abbott, you're just looking to make contact.
Are you surprised she's not thinking about a bunt?
Well, you don't want to give away outs. They already have the lead 1-0. Would you like to add to it? Absolutely. But I think that the U.S. has very good corners. Crystal Bustos has a rocket at third base. Tariah Flowers, a very good arm. You put a ball down and it's a little bit too hard, you're going to have an opportunity to be thrown out.
There goes the runner down to second, and Oda caught with her hand in the cookie jar. Jenny Topping doing what Stacy Newman did back in the 3rd, throwing a perfect peg down to second and getting Oda out.
You can see that Oda gets a good jump, but when you're trying to steal off a pitcher throwing the ball in with 70 miles an hour and against JT, who has a great arm behind the plate, you have to have the batter do something. You have to have the batter either try to swing, try to delay the middle infielders from covering the bag. I don't think you can just openly steal a bag against Team USA unless you have phenomenal speed.
That's the 2nd time today that Scott Thomas has said, you know what, you're the greatest team in the world. Let's see you make a great play.
And you know what? That's what Team USA needs. They need to continue to make those great plays and be challenged. Virginia Tech is doing just that.
And the ball rides up and in and hits Mariconda on the arm. Now the caught stealing looms large.
And these are the cases, Eric, where these young pitchers for Team USA need to be challenged. So let's say, and you can see that ball the way it comes up in on Mariconda's arm, hitting her. Let's say that Virginia Tech did not get caught stealing. Now, Monica Abbott would be in a case where there'd be runners at 1st and 2nd with no outs. Very important for this young U.S. pitching staff to not get themselves in trouble.
And we're going to have a pinch runner, looks like. And this is Kenzie Roark coming on and running at first base. Roark, a freshman from Old Hickory, Tennessee. She is normally on the pitching staff, but getting a chance to run the bases here with 1 out in the 6th inning. She's a very important runner right now. It would be big for Virginia Tech to go up 2-0. Lappin to second for 1. On to first, not in time. Hoffman beats it out. So a fielder's choice retires Roark at second. I think Lappin was eaten up by that ball.
Lappin was eaten up by this ball. It is hit. She needs to try to field this ball on the hop, and you can see the way it skips down, and because of that, you could see her balance was off. She actually does a very good job of keeping that ball in front of her. It could have stayed low and basically popped through her legs. So I'm sure right now Team USA is just happy they got one out off that play.
Team USA, that cannot afford to allow another run. They're trailing 1-0. They've only had one base runner against Tincher. That was on a second inning walk to Kelly Kretschmann. 11 straight Team USA batters have been retired by Angela Tincher. There she is, pitching the game of her life against Team USA. She needs just 6 more outs for arguably the biggest upset in the history of Team USA softball.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Doesn't look like she's that nervous.
I think Tincher's making a statement that, boy, I could have been in that red, white, and blue uniform.
Abbott strikes out Everhart. Her 3rd strikeout in 2 innings of work. The leadoff single does no damage. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 runner left on. We move to the home half of the 6th. Team USA in trouble.
KFC Bound for Beijing Tour has been brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. ASA Softball, the national governing body of softball. Play ASA. And by Dermabond, the proud partner of the U.S. Olympic team for softball.
The Virginia Tech Hokies trying to seize history against Team USA. They have a 1-0 lead with only 6 outs to play in this game. Take a look at our game summary brought to you by Dermabond. And Virginia Tech, they got it going. In the 2nd inning against Jenny Finch, 2 outs, runner on at 3rd, a bloop base hit by Caroline Stolle. That made it 1-0, and it is held up because Angela Tincher has been dynamic. The right-hander from Eagle Rock, Virginia, has struck out 8. She is working on a no-hitter here in the 6th inning. She's allowed 1 base runner, that coming with 1 out in the 2nd inning when she walked Kelly Kretschmann. Since then, it's been 11 up and 11 down. Mariah Flowers fouls the first pitch back to the screen. All right, these guys have seen Tincher for 5 innings. Some of the best hitters in the world. They're in the dugout, in between innings. What are they talking about? What would work right now against Tincher?
Well, I think they have to make an adjustment. Tincher's been throwing her rise ball very well through the zone.
Ball looped right field side. It's trouble if it's fair, but it's foul.
So I think one of the things you have to do when you're hitting off a very good rise ball pitcher is maybe start your stance out with your hands a little bit higher. Is Team USA making adjustments? Very important. Tincher's been taking them up the ladder. Start with those hands higher. Look for something up in the zone to hit. Now, if you're worried about her drop ball, then maybe you're going to bend your knees a little bit more and look for something low to drive. But either way, Team USA really needs to look at making some adjustments in their swing in order to get the barrel of the bat on the ball.
Ball and 2 strikes to Flowers. 9 punch-outs for Tincher. The last loss for Team USA coming back in 1996 against California Select. You were on that team for Team USA.
That's correct. I was on that team, and we faced a very good all-star team. It was I would say absolutely a step above college.
Softly hit to short. Up with it is Hodge, over to first, and Lappin is retired. 2 down in the 6th.
But nonetheless, it was a loss. Michelle Granger was on the mound. We hit shot after shot. They just made great defensive plays. The game went extra innings, and I believe we ended up losing in the 12th inning. But, you know, it's a good wake-up call. I think any time a team is challenged, is stressed, it's a good wake-up call.
First ball swinging, Caitlin Lowe comes up empty. Smitty, you're not going to believe this, but I'm looking at my scorecard here. Team USA, they have not hit a ball to the outfield yet. They've had a couple of pop-outs, they've had ground ball outs, and they've struck out 9 times. And this one's going to stay on the infield, and it's caught. A 1-2-3 6th inning. Angela Tincher has now retired 14 in a row, and Team USA, they're only going to have 3 more outs to try and get in this game.
Well, I think Team USA is stunned at this point in the game. I think they're at a loss of what to do. But again, it's important. The Olympics are not going to be a games where, like Athens, they went in and they just beat up on everybody. Beijing's going to be a little bit different. This team is going to be stressed. The rest of the world is catching up. The rest of the world is now used to playing softball at 43 feet. When we went into the Athens Olympics, all these other countries had always been playing at 40 feet, and then all of a sudden in 2 years' time, it's like, all right, now you're going to learn to pitch from 43 feet and hit from 43 feet. So the rest of the world was behind the U.S. The U.S. came in very strong and dominant. Well, the rest of the world is now starting to catch up. I still believe absolutely that Team USA is the #1 team in the world, but this challenge is good for them.
All right, let's take a look at our tough play of the game, brought to you by Dermabond. And of course, it's going to have to be Angela Tincher. She has been the real deal this evening in Oklahoma City. 9 strikeouts through 6 innings. She has not allowed a ball to be hit under the outfield green. It's been strikeout, pop-ups on the infield, and ground ball outs. That's it for Team USA. Only 1 base runner, that coming back in the 2nd inning on a walk to Kelly Kretschmann. Besides that, it has been frustration after frustration after frustration for USA softball. And this has got to be the most nerve-wracking next 10 minutes of Angela Tincher's life. Just getting ready to go back out there in the 7th inning and finish this one off.
Well, she looks like she's enjoying it, regardless of having to throw 3 more outs or 6 more outs. Enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
You know, Eric, we revisit the keys of the game. One of the things that we talked about for Team USA is they needed to be ready for the challenge. They needed to be ready to hit off a Tincher. So far, they haven't been able to do it.
Pinch hitter in the game now for Virginia Tech. This is Ellie Gosby, 5th-year senior from Sydney, Australia. Gosby also contributes as a pitcher on this year's Hokie team.
Ball out.
Monica Abbott misses on her first 2 deliveries to Gosby. A 67-mile-per-hour steamer, and Gosby late on it.
Balls, 1 strike.
3-1 now. Last inning, Monica Abbott allowed a leadoff single, but it didn't cause any damage. I don't think she wants to play with fire again, though. Already down 1-0. Already, Virginia Tech has made history on this Bound for Beijing tour, as they're going to extend Team USA to the bottom of the 7th inning. That's just foreign territory. They never get that far. Back to the screen.
Gosby from Australia. Eric, a lot of times we're seeing more athletes from international countries coming to play in our great NC2A college system here in the U.S.
Swing and a miss, Monica Abbott now with 4 strikeouts on the game.
And that's part of the reason why we're starting to see these countries get better and better, because they're sending their athletes over here to the United States. Gosby cannot catch up with that rise ball from Monica Abbott. Nice location, 2 strikes.
Angela Tincher, what's the mood right there? Is anyone talking to her in that dugout?
Yeah, I think she's smiling. She's, light. She's relaxed. Between innings, she was enjoying the moment. We talk about so much for these college athletes to be on the field with Team USA.
Morgan Harris is the pinch hitter. Redshirt sophomore from Lovingston, Virginia. Now, we had thought that Tincher was only going to pitch 4, maybe 5 innings. Remember, this is still middle of the season for Virginia Tech. They need her in ACC play. But with history on the line, I think you just got to throw her out here for the full 7 innings. 2 outs now, and another pinch hitter. It's going to be Amber Walker batting. Two outs in the top of the 7th inning. Amber Walker trying to keep the inning alive and get some insurance for Virginia Tech. Monica Abbott now working her 3rd inning in relief of Jenny Finch. Jenny had just one real difficult inning. That was in the 2nd when she gave up 3 base hits, 2 of them with 2 outs. And the game's only run was scored in that frame. It was a leadoff double for Kelsey Hoffman. Went to 3rd on a legal pitch. And then a bloop base hit by Caroline Stolle. And that's really all that Angela Tincher has needed. A 1-0 game as we play the 7th inning. In case you're wondering, in the 7th inning, the scheduled batters for Team USA: Natasha Watley, Jessica Mendoza, and Crystal Bustos. 2, 3, and 4 in Team USA's lineup. It doesn't get any more difficult than that. That's arguably the finest bunch of hitters that you're ever going to see in the international game. And they're going to hit down by 1, trying to stave off not only a loss, but a no-hitter. Outside 2-2. Swing and a miss. Monica Abbott strikes out the side. All right, the moment of truth is upon us. Angela Tincher with history awaiting. She's got a no-hitter going, trying to beat Team USA. You're not going to want to miss this, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to Oklahoma City. We have a chance for history right now. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. The Virginia Tech Hokies leading the greatest softball team in the world today. 3-time Olympic gold medal champion Team USA. Our score is 1-0. That's news in itself. The fact that Angela Tincher has not allowed a base hit. This is historic.
Well, I think it's impressive that Angela Tincher is just pitching a shutout. But then when you add that she has not given up a hit, I mean, that just makes this even more unbelievable.
The scheduled batters here in the 7th inning. There's Jessica Mendoza. She will hit 2nd. It's going to be Natasha Watley, followed by Mendoza, and then Crystal Bustos. 2, 3, and 4 in Mike Candrea's lineup. Those 3 so far today are a combined 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts. Talk about a white-knuckle situation. Angela Tincher has retired 14 in a row. She has struck out 9. And she starts Watley off with a strike.
And for Team USA, this is the most important at-bat of the inning. You need to get on base. You have to get something started. If you're Natasha Watley, you need to be thinking, I need to find a way to get on base, whether or not it is being hit by a pitch, taking a walk. She's already down, no balls, 2 strikes. She's going to have to learn to fight back.
Softly hit to 3rd. Out at first base, Mariconda gets Watley by a whisker.
Well, Watley puts the ball down. That's what she wants to do. Try to hit it to the left side so she can leg it out down the line. Mariconda does a good job fielding that ball and making a quick release, quick throw over to first.
Jessica Mendoza comes up empty. Alongside Michelle Smith, I'm Eric Collins. Smitty, you've thrown a number of no-hitters in your career. How different is it getting outs number 20 and 21 from the first 19 outs that she's already gotten?
Well, I think if you're thinking about the no-hitter, it can be very difficult. I think at this point right now that Tincher just needs to work on her spins, work on doing what she's done this entire game, move the ball around, put it on the corners, mix it up a little bit, and not focus on anything else.
Mendoza down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
Angela's been throwing the ball very hard. That pitch way out of the zone. Mendoza chasing the heat.
Doesn't chase that one. Wouldn't this be special for the Hokies of Virginia Tech? High pop-up. Will it be playable? No, it makes it to the screen.
Angela Tincher has pitched tonight like she's had something to prove. I'm sure a part of her felt like she had the resume to be wearing that red, white, and blue for an opportunity to go to Beijing.
One of the last cuts during the Olympic tryouts. 2-2 pitch. For all intents and purposes, Angela Tincher could have said to her outfield, I don't need you today. A ball has not been hit by Team USA past the infield yet. And we have 1 out in the 7th. Called strike 3.
Another textbook rise ball. See the way this pitch moves from outside back over the plate. Jessica Mendoza looking for a walk.
Crystal Bustos, the batter. Tincher has retired 16 in a row. The only base runner she has allowed thus far, a 1-out walk to Kelly Kretschmann in the 2nd. Trying to no-hit Team USA.
Angela Tincher still throwing the ball very hard. That last pitch coming in at 68 miles an hour.
Off the thumbs, this is going to do it. Virginia Tech, they win against Team USA, and it's all Angela Tincher. She throws a no-hitter. I never thought I would see the day. Angela Tincher, a special pitcher. But she's doing this against the greatest softball team in the world. She throws a 7-inning no-hitter.
Well, I think it's unbelievable enough to beat Team USA, but to throw a no-hitter against this offense is spectacular.
And a ball never left the infield. The greatest hitting team in the world does not hit the ball out of the infield, and Team USA, they lose in exhibition play for the first time since 1996.
You're never going to let it down.
That snaps a 185-game exhibition win streak for Team USA. Words do not begin to describe the performance of Tincher, but Smitty, I'm going to ask you to try and put it into words. Talk about Angela Tincher and her performance this evening.
Well, coming into this game, we knew she had a phenomenal rise ball. She continued to use that all day, but not only did she throw that pitch well, she threw it with authority, she threw it with velocity. And then she'd come in with a drop ball. She mixed in just enough change-ups. But you know what is impressive is Kelsey Hoffman, the catcher, and Angela Tincher, they call their own game. They are quite a battery.
Two seniors getting together. They were on the same page the entire evening. Mike Candrea's team, they muster just one base runner. That coming back in the second inning. Tincher finishes it off by retiring the last 17 in order. Wow.
I'm stunned. You know, the performance tonight by Angela Tincher, you can't say enough. I mean, the kid moved the ball around. The thing that she did so well is that she kept the ball off of the corners, off of the plate and on the corners. Just did an amazing job.
And now the woman of the evening joins us, Angela Tincher. First of all, congratulations. It was a heck of a game to watch you throw.
Thank you. It was fun, to say the least.
You look like you're having a great time. Talk to us about some of the pitches you were throwing. What was working for you tonight?
I mean, I felt like everything was working today. I used my rise and my drop off, obviously, a whole lot, and I mixed the changeup in there a little bit. But, you know, Kelsey did a great job keeping them off balance. Obviously, that's a hard team to do that with, and she did a great job.
Well, Angela, it looked like you were starting to form possibly a blister on your finger. Tell us a little bit about how the ball was coming off your fingers tonight.
I've had kind of like just a rough place of skin there, and about the third inning, the last rise ball I threw just caught it the wrong way on the seam and pulled it back, so it was bleeding a little bit, but we took care of it, and, you know, my trainer, Katie Baird, did a good job.
Angela, talk to me about your relationship with Team USA. Obviously, you know so many of these women. You were at the Olympic tryout just last year.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to throw against them a few times, and played with Lauren Lappin one summer on one of their teams, so, you know, they're an awesome bunch of girls, and it was good to see them again.
Now, Angela, one last thing. Tell me a little bit about your rise. What are you thinking about at release?
Today, just throw it as hard as I could and get it to move as much as possible. I was just, you know, trying to let everything go out there and have no regrets.
Angela, enjoy this one. A special performance. It was so fun to watch.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Angela Tincher, she was dynamic. In total, she strikes out 10, and she pitches a no-hitter against Team USA. History was made in Oklahoma City this evening. The Virginia Tech Hokies, they come to ASA Hall of Fame Stadium, and they knock off Team USA. Angela Tincher, a no-hitter. She allows just one base runner, and the Hokies win. Smitty, talk to me about Team USA. Where do they go from here?
Well, Team USA needs to realize that this should be the spark that gets them on fire to get to that gold medal game in Beijing. You're better off losing this game than the gold medal game in Beijing.
Better to lose now than over in Beijing, China, but it's going to be a tough pill to swallow. Angela Tincher, congratulations. We tip our cap to you. You were dynamic for 7 innings, pitching the game of your life. A 1-0 victory for Virginia Tech over Team USA. Be sure to join us again on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on ESPN2 for Team USA against Nepal. For my partner, Michelle Smith, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Eric Collins saying so long from Oklahoma City.